On behalf of the Harley Davidson Motor Corporation, I'd like to personally welcome all of you to the great city of Richmond, Eastern Kentucky University, and the second annual MSF IRETS conference. Welcome. All right, one of the great things about working for Harley Davidson is we get to do things like this, where we can come out and interact with other motorcycle enthusiasts. So what I like to do is start off by playing a little game. But I'd like to know if the people that are here watching the demonstration, who's ridden their motorcycle the most miles this year? All right, so who's ridden their motorcycle the most miles this year? So how many people have over 1,000 miles on their motorcycle this year? All right, 4,000? Coming down pretty fast. 6,000? All right, 8,000? Okay, we got one guy over here still over 8,000. 8,000, more than 8,000 miles in this year. How many miles have you ridden this year?
I got pretty close to 9.
9? Okay, what are you riding?
Tiger 800.
Tiger 800, and what's your name?
Lewis.
Lewis? All right, Lewis, thanks for being part of my game there, and to thank you, I'm going to give you a Harley Davidson journal and a Harley Davidson American flag keychain. Thanks.
Oh, right on. Appreciate it.
All right.
But he lives in Florida, right? You live in Florida?
Now the high mileage
North Carolina.
Now they come out. All right.
Travel out of North Carolina to run.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Let's get started with this demonstration of the Harley Davidson analog braking system, commonly known as ABS. Again, my name's Steve Twining. I'm an engineer with the motor company. If you look down there at the motorcycle, you see Richard. Richard's also with the motor company. He's one of our regional service reps. Richard's going to be doing the riding for us today. Now, Harley Davidson's been offering ABS on some models since the 2005 model year. But for 2012, ABS is a factory-installed option on all touring, V-Rod, Softail, and Dyna models. And that means that you can get ABS on more than 75% of available Harley Davidson models. ABS and security come together for an attractive $11.95. A great value if you're looking for some added control in emergency braking situations. Additionally, ABS comes standard on all the CVO Screamin' Eagle bikes and on the Road Glide Ultra and the Electric Glide Ultra Limited. All right, that's all well and good, but I'm guessing you people are here to see this system in action. So let's get going with the demonstration. First of all, the motorcycle has been specially equipped for the purposes of this demonstration. The first thing we did is we installed the ability to turn the ABS on and off. Now, when you get factory-installed ABS, it's always on. You can't turn it off. And that way, it's always available when the rider needs it. Now, beyond the on-off, the ABS is exactly like you'd get it from the factory. Now, the other thing that you probably noticed is that we have outriggers on the bike. Those things sticking out from the side. Those things are there to keep Richard safe and to keep that motorcycle from falling down. What you should consider is anytime you see one of those outrigger pucks hit the ground, that without the outriggers, Richard would have had a crash. All right, so let's get started. Here's the scenario. It's a beautiful day, kind of like this. You're out for an afternoon ride on your Ultra. You're on a road you're very familiar with. Maybe it's your favorite road. You're at speed and you crest a hill, and there it is, a tractor pulling slowly off into a field. Now you want to pass them on the left, but you can't because there's oncoming traffic. You must make an emergency stop. So you apply front and rear brake to maximum effort to get the shortest possible stop that you can. The problem is that tractor left behind a bunch of dirt and mud and gravel. So your stop might just look something like this. Now, depending on your skill level, there are multiple outcomes to this situation. But unfortunately, for most riders, their stop would have looked something like that. And why? Because they weren't planning to do an emergency stop, especially on less than ideal conditions. So the key question is, how can we change the outcome of this situation? We still have to stop, but what we want to do is be able to maintain control throughout the whole event. And that's just exactly what the Harley Davidson ABS has been designed to do, to help the rider maintain control in an emergency braking situation. Wouldn't you much rather have a stop that looks something like this? Minus the stall. All right, now isn't that a great stop? Let's thank Richard for his stops there. All right, so what you've seen is an example of how the Harley Davidson ABS works in an emergency braking situation, especially in less than ideal conditions. So I'm going to go back to the previous example. I'm going to have Richard turn the ABS off and come back through the gravel again. This time, pay special attention to what's going on with the wheels during the stop, and watch how that front end responds while he's making that stop. All right, did you see that? It's not a good situation. As soon as those wheels locked up, Richard was completely out of control. All right, so I'm going to have him turn the system back on, come back through the gravel again. And again, like we did last time, let's take a look at what's going on with the wheels during that stop and watch how Richard is able to maintain control throughout the entire event. All right, thanks Richard for making those stops for us. That's great. So, I want to ask you something. Could you tell whether or not this is an ABS-equipped motorcycle? My guess is most people can't, and that's intentional. That's part of the magic that we at Harley Davidson bring. Engineering and styling work together to integrate the ABS in a way that doesn't interfere with the great styling of the Harley Davidson motorcycle. Now the ABS, it works with the same standard braking system that you get on the motorcycle, whether you have ABS or not. The ABS components are distributed throughout the motorcycle. The front and rear brakes each have their own hydraulic control unit on the soft tails. The rear hydraulic control unit is hidden behind the transmission, and the front one is down between the down tubes in a stylized cover to help it blend in. The electronic control unit, or the brains of the system, are behind the oil tank. Now on the touring bike, the two hydraulic units and the electronic unit are combined into one central ABS unit that's hidden underneath the right-hand side cover. On both bikes, the wheel speed sensors are integrated into the bearings so that there's no visible tongue ring. There's an ABS telltale on the instrument that tells you the condition of the system. And beyond that, it's brake lines and wires. It's just that simple. All right, so I want to have Richard do one more run through the gravel, but I want to show you guys just how much confidence we have in this system. It's all well and good when you have outriggers and you can't fall down, but when you're out on the road on your production fat boy, just like this one, you don't have those outriggers. And we want to show you that we have confidence in that system, so I'm going to have Richard get onto this production 2011 fat boy, run through this gravel and show you just exactly how much confidence we have that this system will help you maintain control.
And that's a chance he's willing to take.
So, like I said, Richard's one of our regional service reps. He's a highly valued employee of Harley Davidson. And so what we're doing here is something we have confidence in because we value Richard and we value his safety. And we value all of our customers' safety, and that's why we have these systems that help you do this. All right, let's give Richard a hand for doing that without the outriggers. All right, now as part of our rider education system, we do provide a DVD with every ABS motorcycle that we sell. I have some of those DVDs here today, so if you want one, stop by after the show, and I'll give you one. Additionally, if you want to know more details about how the system works, then feel free to stop by and ask those questions. Otherwise, you can visit harley-davidson.com or go to your local Harley Davidson dealership. All right, thank you guys for coming to the demo, and have a great rest of the conference.